Joey, we are going to talk about what is in the bottle. This week, we are talking about Prostate Advanced Essentials, correct?
Yes.
All right. Tell me about Prostate Advanced Essentials.
So Prostate Advanced Essentials is a supplement we recommend for benign prostatic hyperplasia.
That's a lot of words.
From now on, we'll call it BPH.
Okay. All right.
So keyword is benign, so non-cancerous enlargement of the prostate gland, okay, which is a component of the male reproductive system. It's extremely common.
I was going to say, that's a pretty normal thing.
Yes. 50% of men between the ages of 51 and 60 experience it. 70% by the time they're 60, between 60 and 69, and 80% by the time they're 70 or older. Wow. So it's very, very common.
So kind of if you live long enough, this is probably going to happen to you.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
So again, this is not a supplement or a discussion for malignant or cancerous diseases of the prostate. This is about enlargement of the prostate, alleviation of the symptoms.
This is not about cancer.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. So what are those symptoms? Typically dribbling after urination, excessive urination at night, frequent urination, and also a feeling or sense that the bladder is not emptying after urination, leaking, weak stream. They're all those symptoms, okay? These symptoms occur because the prostate surrounds, and it's not just next to it, surrounds the urethra,
right?
Which is the tube that drains urine from the bladder. And it surrounds it at the top of the urethra, so it's right below the bladder.
Okay.
So that's why men are so sensitive to any enlargement.
Okay. And this enlargement just happens as we age? As we age,
yeah. There are genetic components. There is, and we'll go into a little more, but testosterone converting into dihydrotestosterone. The receptor is very sensitive to it, and that's what causes the enlargement. So it occurs over time. There's a genetic component. It's, a little complicated, but that's one of the major causes of it. So if you're experiencing these symptoms, this is not, oh, my first step is to run out and grab a supplement. Get checked out by your doctor. Make sure, get a PSA level, get a prostate workup to make sure there's not something else more serious going on or something in process along with these symptoms.
And PSA level is just a simple blood test, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Prostate-specific antigen. So like the name implies, it's very specific to what will be going on.
Okay. So yeah. So first things first, make sure it's not cancer.
Yes. Yes, for sure. So there's a deeper dive warranted on prostate health and also the medications. I would like to eventually do that. But today, and again, we're here for the supplement. And again, we're looking for symptom relief. This is not blood pressure, cholesterol. This is symptom relief. You got something going on. Yes, it's a condition, but maybe you're on a medication for it already. Maybe it's just starting and you're going to have that conversation that I recommend you have with your doctor. The medications they'll put you on for it, there's basically two classes. And again, there's another time for a deeper dive, but they do have side effects, and they include libido decrease, erectile dysfunction, diarrhea, mastalgia, which is breast pain, because it's the one type, the 5-alpha reductase inhibitors are altering hormones. So the side effect profile, while not necessarily something everybody experiences as typical with medications, it's a significant portion of them. So if you are on one and experiencing this, and it's just symptoms, I know it's easy for me to say, but it's just symptoms, maybe that is one you can kind of backtrack on and see if there's a supplement option for you.
Cool. All right. So we've established what we're talking about here: prostate enlargement, not cancer, what the symptoms are. What does this supplement do?
So Prostate Advanced Essentials, like a lot of, especially of the newer products that we're moving to, and this is a newer one, it's replacing just the simply named Prostate Essentials. It's very similar, but it's a cleaner product. It allows for one capsule daily dosing. But again, what we're trying to do here is get synergy. So have a multi-ingredient product that's trying to help or support a condition. Okay, not just one, not just the new hot supplement, et cetera. It's a combination of ingredients that we know have been studied. Okay.
Yeah.
The word I come back to in a lot of these and along those lines is the synergy. You have the quick line about synergy. It's the sum is
the sum is greater. Now I forgot it.
Yeah, because I usually say it in a more like roundabout way, and you just like bring me right back in.
The whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
Yes, there you go. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. So any one of these ingredients studied, they help, they work, but when you take them all together, they're working via different mechanisms for a greater overall effect than any one of them individually.
So 2 + 2 isn't 4, 2 + 2 is 10.
Well, yeah, we'll take 5, but 10
Sure.
is yes.
That's a lot of synergy.
I like that. That's very synergistic.
Got
Exactly.
it. Okay.
So, kind of break it down into 3 parts. There's 3 herbs, 3 herbal extracts, and then there's 3 nutrients that are in there. So we'll start with the herbal extracts, saw palmetto, stinging nettles, and pygeum. Okay. So saw palmetto is, while again, I'm emphasizing the synergy of the product, saw palmetto, I would say, is the main ingredient. Like with a lot of extracts from herbs, you want to make sure it's from the proper part, the part that's been studied, the part that has the effect. This is extract from the fruit of the tree with a focus on extracting the fat soluble, the fatty acid components. That's what actually works. Ours has 320 milligrams of saw palmetto, which others may have, but it's been standardized to make sure that 45% of those are the fatty acid components that we know work. So again, that's a critical thing. Is, like we talk about, what's on the label doesn't necessarily, there's 320 of saw palmetto in this one, there's 320 in this one. What's the difference?
Yeah, did it come from the bark or a leaf or a root?
You got it. That is a critical part. And I love, the products and the companies we work with make sure to emphasize that. A, to understand it and research it, but B, to emphasize it on the label. So whenever we're discussing them, we see the clear difference.
Okay. So saw palmetto.
Saw palmetto. So, like we touched upon earlier, a major contributor to prostate enlargement is that conversion of testosterone to dihydrotestosterone, DHT.
Yeah.
DHT is what contributes. It is a potent androgen or male hormone. It contributes to that inflammation and enlargement of the prostate. Okay. And it's one of those things that it begins to combine with genetics. That same exposure to some DHT when you're young has different effects than the exposure to DHT as we age. For example, DHT is also linked with hair loss via that same, those genes are not sensitive to it till a certain age, et cetera. So prostate, the same thing is occurring.
Okay.
Yes, it's DHT, but yes, you have DHT when you're 14, 16 years old. It's A, that conversion that's done can increase as we age, and B, it's the genetic susceptibility to it as we age. So what do we do about it? Saw palmetto is a mild, well, I'll get the long words out first. Saw palmetto is a mild 5-alpha reductase inhibitor.
Okay.
So 5-alpha reductase is the enzyme that converts testosterone to DHT. There's an enzyme responsible for it. Saw palmetto is a mild inhibitor or blocker of that enzyme that conducts that conversion.
Got it.
Finasteride, dutasteride, those are 2 commonly used medications for BPH. They are very potent synthetic drug versions of 5-alpha reductase inhibitors. So we're looking at the same mechanism. Mm-hmm. We're looking at a very potent, long-acting one that has side effects, and we're looking at a mild, natural one that has, yes, lower effectiveness, but lower side effect profile.
Right. Cool. So if you don't need the big guns, so to speak.
Exactly. You're not seeing the erectile dysfunction. You're not seeing the decreased libido with saw palmetto. It's been studied for a long time. So yes, effectiveness, is less, but that's what we're here for, to kind of fill in that gap if you don't need to go to those big guns.
What does stinging nettle do?
So stinging nettle is a different mechanism. This one's a little murkier, but it's involved in decreasing levels of sex hormone binding globulin, SHBG. So SHBG is a transporter or carrier of hormones. As we age, even though hormone levels are beginning to and progressively decline, SHBG has been shown in males as we age to increase. So you've got more of this transporter. I think it's kind of like looking for it almost, but it kind of does transport and trap the free that's available. That's the body trying to respond to the situation. So there's a hormonal imbalance. So SHBG has been shown to be mildly decreased by stinging nettles.
Okay.
The third one is pygeum bark extract. Again, hitting on the bark extract this time. Yes. So this has a different mechanism, back to the synergistic effect. It's been shown to inhibit growth factors involved in prostate growth, and it supports a healthy inflammatory response in the prostate. They did a study,
which is to reduce inflammation.
Reduce inflammation. Yes. In a study of 85 men were given 50 milligrams, which ours contains, of pygeum. Men had improved urinary flow as measured by urine flow rate. So again, all these have been studied individually. The saw palmetto, to go back to that, they did we call meta-analysis, and then we touch on those. It's basically a study of studies.
Yep.
So a meta-analysis of 18 randomized controlled trials that included a total of 3,000 men, found significant benefits, decreasing nighttime urination, increased urine stream. So again, across the board, studies have shown effectiveness.
Okay, great. So those are the three primary components?
Yes. Then those are the herbal section.
Okay.
Those are the main drivers here. Secondarily, though, and what's important to include is 3 minerals. First off is zinc. Zinc also is a mild 5-alpha reductase inhibitor via that same mechanism that we discussed earlier, decreasing the rate of conversion from testosterone to DHT. All right. So as we age, our estrogen levels go up, men. Relative. It's maybe not so much an absolute gain, but it's a relative balance to testosterone. So that has shown to, as that's occurring, decrease zinc absorption in men. So we know zinc has some 5-alpha reductase inhibitory activity, and then with the increased balance on the estrogen side, got decreased absorption of zinc.
Okay.
Copper's in there as well. Copper does not help the prostate directly, but zinc supplementation can cause a decreased absorption of copper in the blood via competitive inhibition. So that's, again, just covering bases on a wide-ranging product. Selenium does not directly improve the symptoms of BPH either, but higher selenium levels in the body have been documented via large meta-analysis studies to be correlated with decreased rates of prostate cancer. So it's a correlation, but we're seeing higher, or I would say proper, good levels of selenium, not these mega doses, not these mega levels. Normal selenium levels in the blood correlated with lower prostate cancer risk. Who's at risk for prostate cancer? People who would be on the supplement in the first place.
Everyone with a prostate.
Yes, but particularly those who are looking at a product like this. So it's in there. Again, it's not going to help with your symptoms, but in the big picture of what's going on with you, it's good to have on board.
Makes sense. All right. Anything else we need to know about this? This is, you said, once a day capsule?
I was just going to say, dosing, simple as it gets, 1 a day. A little bit of food is not a bad idea to help increase absorption of the saw palmetto, which has that significant fatty acid component.
Right.
But overall, 1 a day, nice and easy.
That's easy. Anything else we need to know?
I think so. I think that covers it.
Men need to get their prostates checked, do your PSA.
Yes.
It's a big deal, and it affects almost every single man alive. If you live long enough, it's going to be an issue. Very good. That's it. I love that. Nice and simple. Prostate Advanced Essentials. If you want to find that product, it is on our website, askjoedimatteo.com, AskJoedimatteo.com.